everybody. All right, so this is my first YouTube live, and be honest, I don't know what I'm doing as far as YouTube live is concerned, but I thought I would give it a try. I thought yesterday I tried to do this, and word on the street was that you had to have 10,000 subscribers, and I don't. And so I didn't actually think that I could go live, but it looks like I'm live. So if anybody's out there, if you can comment, like, and let me know, that would be cool. What I thought I would do today, since a lot of us are social distancing and maybe working out at home is something that's of interest, and something certainly that I would love to share. We can do a calm energy yoga, work on a little total body strength and peace and breathing, and we can move and stretch and be together remotely. So if that sounds good to you, you don't need any equipment. Like I said, if you have a yoga mat, that would be great. Grab that. If you don't really need it. Just getting on, a surface that's not slippery, getting some comfortable clothes on, something like that, and join with me. So we're going to do sort of an all-level, very slow flow yoga practice, and we're going to start with a little meditation. So meet me on a mat if you have it, and just sit with easy crossed legs. And again, if you are at home and maybe you have tight hips or something like that, if you have a yoga block, certainly grab it and sit up on top of it. Or if you just are at home, like in your living room, just grab some pillows and sit up on some pillows if your hips are feeling tight. Remember, with practice of yoga, you listen to your body first and foremost. I know that sounds so cliche, but when you honor, protect, and listen to your body, then the practice works for everybody. So that just means rest when you need to, modify as you need to, and make sure it's a priority that you put your body first. We're all very different, right? So easy seated pose, cross legs. If your back is feeling tight, you're welcome to certainly lie on your back. So roll your shoulders up, back, and down, and sit up as tall as you can. Belly's in, heart is high, crown of the head is reaching towards the sky. And as the quote says behind me on my studio wall, don't postpone joy. So I know right now it's very easy to get caught up in the pandemonium of it all, but we can just be mindful that taking care of ourselves, practicing some yoga and some breathing techniques, and doing what we can in this moment to be joyful and happy and compassionate for others as well. Bring your thumb and your index finger together to touch. This is Jnana Mudra. You're going to let your hands rest onto the backs of your knees. Pull your elbows back, lift your chest up, and close your eyes softly. Take a deep breath in through your nose, so fill your lungs as completely as possible, breathing in. And as you exhale, consciously relax your neck, your shoulders, your jaw, any tension that you're feeling at any place in your body. Just try to soften that with your exhale. And let's do that 2 more times. So deep cleansing breath in, so inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Deep cleansing breath in. And exhale it out. Good. Now just take a moment to be still. Again, the focus of today's practice is just going to be calm energy. So if you can, in your mind, just contemplate a sense of peace and calm. So even if you're feeling a little anxious and stressed, it's okay. But if you can consciously just start to cultivate a sense of peace through the mind and the body with each breath that you take. So just settle in for a moment and just take a brief time out in stillness to set an intention to be calm, peaceful, and relaxed. Go ahead and bring your hands together in prayer at your heart center space. Take a deep sun breath in. So you're going to gather calm energy, peace, And reach all the way up to the sky, and then exhale your hands back to heart center. And then make your way into child's pose on your mat. So I'll move a little bit closer for now, so hopefully you can see. But sitting your hips back onto your heels, your forehead's going to drop down. And if your forehead doesn't quite touch the mat, you can stack your fists on top of each other and rest your forehead on your fists. Otherwise, hands can be straight forward. Take a deep breath in and out through your nose. And then shift your weight forward, curl your toes, come into downward facing dog. So push back. And in downward dog, I want you to spread your fingertips out wide and then pedal your heels out right and left. So you're just trying to work your calves open and work your heels in the direction of the mat. As you do that, go ahead and walk your toes together to touch. And lift your right leg straight up to the sky. Take a deep breath in as you reach through your right toes. Really try to spread your fingertips out wide and press evenly through both hands. And then step your right foot up and through your hands. So if it doesn't make it forward all the way, sorry, I lost my microphone a little bit right there. Hopefully you can hear me all right. So I have a remote mic on that hopefully makes it a little bit easier to hear. But your right knee should be right out over your right ankle. You're going to draw your chest open the best that you can and pull your shoulders back. You're going to take a deep breath in and reach your arms all the way out and up to the sky. We're going to take 3 sun breaths. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. And do that 2 more times. So inhale, reach. And exhale, heart center. And 1 more time just like that. So inhale, big reach out and up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. And on either side of your right foot, you're going to release your left knee down. And we're going to pull back for a runner's lunge. So this is a great hamstring stretch. I know a lot of you who follow this channel are athletes. So hamstrings and hips are a little tight. So we are going to integrate that into our sun salutation today. So I want you to just gently open the chest, pull the shoulders back, and take a deep breath in and out of the nose. So again, creating that sense of calm energy with each breath that you take. On the next inhale, you're going to bend your right knee, curl your left toes under, squeeze your left knee straight, and we're going to walk around to a straddle stretch. So I'd like for you to turn your toes slightly out and your heels slightly out and your toes slightly in. Your hands are going to be shoulder width distance apart, and you're just going to let your head rest down to the floor. So if this is feeling like a strong stretch for you, then just stay with you where you are with your hands underneath your shoulders. If you feel like you can go a little bit further, your hands are going to walk back in line with your feet, and you're going to drop your forehead to the floor. You can also interlace your fingers behind your tailbone and open up the chest, getting a good straddle stretch with a chest and heart opener. Wherever you are, take a nice deep breath in. And then go ahead and release your fingertips back to the floor and walk around to your lunge position. So back to your right foot. And we're going to step to plank right into the top of a push-up. Spread the fingertips out wide. Pull the belly in and up. Take a nice deep breath. Shift to the toes. Bend the elbows. And you're going to come all the way down to your stomach. Inhale into a little back bend or cobra. And again, if your back is feeling tight today, you can keep this certainly lower. Otherwise, pressing through the palms, make sure the shoulders are down and away from the ears and the elbows are in. Take a big breath in and release all the way back to child's pose. Breathing into the back of your body, again, creating that sense of peace and calm energy. And then shift the weight forward, curl your toes, and lift up to downward facing dog again. So in downward dog, you can pedal out your heels right and left. Walk your toes together to touch. So the hands are shoulder width distance apart, but the toes are side by side. Your left foot's going to lift up to the ceiling. Try to get that left leg as high as you can. Take a deep breath in. And then step that left foot up and through your hands. So we're here in this high lunge position. You want your left knee right out over the left ankle, the right knee squeezing straight, the hips dropping low. You should feel a nice stretch from your hip flexor into the front of that right thigh. You're going to inhale, reach all the way out and up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands back to heart center. So with these sun breaths, really try to gather good, peaceful, calm energy and draw it in and back to your heart center space. Let's do that 1 more time. So deep breath in. And then hands on either side of your left foot. We're going to come into that runner's lunge by releasing your right knee down. Pull your right hip back, or the hip back towards the right foot. and then open the chest forward. So this is a nice hamstring stretch. The more that you tilt your tailbone up and draw your chest forward, the stronger the stretch will feel in that left hamstring. Let's take one more breath. And then come into that straddle stretch by bending the left knee, shifting your weight forward, curl your right toes under, squeeze your right knee straight, and then walk around to the side of your mat in a straddle stretch position. Your toes are slightly in, your heels are slightly out, and then again, the hands can be right underneath the shoulders. This might be enough of a stretch for some of you. Otherwise, you can walk your hands back in line with your feet, let your forehead drop to the floor, or you can add that chest expansion, if you like, by interlacing the fingers and drawing the arms up and over the head. Take a nice deep breath in, and then go ahead and release the fingertips down if you have them interlaced, and walk around to your left foot. So your right toes are curled under, your right foot your left foot, is gonna step back to your right foot. So you're in plank pose, right into the top of a push-up position. Core is strong, heart is open, thighs are squeezing, and you're breathing deeply. You're gonna shift to your toes, bend your elbows. If you want to this time, you can come halfway down. Then you're gonna push to the tops of your feet, come into upward facing dog, or feel free to go into a cobra. Either way, take a deep breath in, and then use your core to lift your hips back up so you can come into downward facing dog. Now we're gonna go through that a second time, and we're gonna add on. So hands are shoulder distance, walk your toes out, pedal your toes, pedal your heels, right leg's gonna lift up. You're gonna take a deep breath in, and then right foot steps up and through your hands. Again, if it didn't make it forward all the way, just grab onto it. Lost my mic again. We're making do. Right knee is right out over the ankle, hips are low, heart is open. Sun breath, inhale, reach. Exhale, heart center. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, heart center. So calm energy on the way in. Exhale, hands on either side of your right foot. Coming back into that runner's lunge, the left knee is gonna come down. The right leg is gonna extend straight, and straight doesn't mean all the way straight. You can have a bend in the knees, totally fine. Gently draw the chest forward and the tailbone back so you're feeling that nice stretch through the right hamstring. Take a deep breath in, and then shift that weight forward so the knees out over the ankle, curl the left toes under, walk around for your straddle stretch. So the second time through these stretches, hopefully you get a little bit deeper. Again, hands can walk back in line with your feet if you like. Crown of the head to the floor, shake out your head. No, I'm not gonna get into this stress and anxiety. I'm gonna be peaceful and calm. So you can shake your head no to whatever doesn't serve you. Shake it all out. And then you can maybe shake your head yes too. Yes, I am gonna be peaceful and calm. You can interlace your fingers behind your tailbone again. Add that chest expansion if you like. Take one more breath. And then your hands are gonna come down on either side of your right foot. You can lift yourself up and walk around to your right foot. We're gonna, this time, send this right leg straight back up to the sky because we're gonna add a pigeon stretch in. I promised you some hip stretches, right? So right leg is gonna come straight up. You're gonna inhale, and then you're gonna step your right knee to your right wrist for a pigeon stretch. So like I said, a lot of us have tight hips. Pigeon stretch is a great way to get a little hip stretch and opening. So right knee is out to the side. You don't want to feel the stretch in your knee, or any pain in your knee, I should say. You want to focus on the hip. You can come down to your forearms if you like, if that feels good. You can spread your elbows out wide, let your forehead rest to your hands, and take 3 nice deep cleansing breaths. So as you exhale, I want you to consciously see if you can drop any tension. Really allow that right hip to open and stretch. Take one more breath. Exhale completely. And then from here, we're gonna prop up and actually do a forearm plank. So a little bit of core strengthening today. Just make sure that the elbows are shoulder width distance apart. You're gonna curl your left toes under, squeeze your left knee straight, and then step your right foot back to meet your left foot. So we're in a forearm plank position. From here, we're gonna go into a side plank, a side forearm plank, and you're gonna lift all the way up. And so you can always modify by bending the knees down if that feels better. Otherwise, legs are straight, hips are stacked, Left hip is lifting up to the sky. You can also lift the left foot up as well, or come into a side tree if you want a little bit more of a challenge. Take one more breath. Beautiful core strength. And then square off to your mat so your hips and shoulders are level to the mat. We're going to come all the way down to the belly and do a locust pose next, or a quad stretch. So you're going to interlace your fingers behind your tailbone, open up the chest. This is locust pose. So great strengthener for the whole back line of the body. Also opening up the chest and shoulders. Or if you want to do a little bit more, while I adjust my microphone, counter pose just means we're going to do the opposite. So you just did that big back bend. Now you're going to do a forward bend in child's pose. Take a moment in stillness just to let go and relax. And then walking your hands as far forward as you can away from your face, you're going to shift to your toes, curl and lift up, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out through your nose, creating that calm energy through your mind and into your body. Walk your toes together to touch. Left foot's going to lift up. You're going to take a deep breath in and step your left foot up and through your hands. So stepping that foot up and through your hands, I'm laughing because this is literally the, fifth time I've lost my microphone? Who's keeping track? Inhale, reach up. I've got calm energy. What do I care if I keep losing my microphone? Doesn't matter in the scheme of things. We're getting it done, right? One more time, take a big breath in, gather good positive energy and strength. Exhale, hands on either side of your left foot. You're going to release your right knee down. We're going to come back to that runner's lunge again. So shifting your weight back. Again, this is my favorite hamstring stretch. So if you are a runner or an athlete of any kind and the hammies are feeling tight, keep a bend in the knee, it's all good. But try to really lift the tailbone up and back and draw the chest forward and open. That gets you more space in the hamstring and spine. Take a deep breath in, and then we're going to come into a straddle stretch one more time. So curl the right toes under, shifting your weight forward. You're going to shift to the side. For straddle stretch, the toes are slightly out, the heels are in. And since this is the fourth time we've done the straddle stretch now, you might feel a little bit more open. The hands can come back in line with your feet, or if you want to interlace your fingers out over your head, get that good chest and shoulder stretch with it. Whatever feels good for your body. The motto is always like, if it feels good, you're doing it right. So if you're struggling or straining, then you need to find a different modification. Take one more breath here. If your fingers are interlaced behind you, you're going to release your hands down, walk around to your left foot. So your left knee is right out over your ankle, and then we're going to do that modification where the left foot is going to go straight up to the sky. It's a little bit of a tricky transition, but you guys got it. Take a big breath in, lift your left foot up high, and then draw that left knee in the direction of your left wrist. So that's where it lands for your pigeon stretch. You're going to point your right toes back and get that pigeon stretch by releasing your forearms down to the mat. Again, you can stay right here. This is perfect. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can drop your forehead down. Whatever feels good for you. Again, you're honoring, protecting, listening to your body, practicing your self-care. I always talk about this. It's so important that we practice our self-care so that we can be there for other people, right, when they need our assistance. So that's why this yoga, this practice of self-care is just the opposite of selfish, in my opinion. All right, one more breath here in this pigeon pose. Hopefully you're feeling that good, strong stretch in your right hip. You can come into forearm plank next, so you're going to bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders, curl your right toes under, squeeze your right knee straight, core is strong, chest is open, step through to your forearm plank. And in your forearm plank, by the way, it's ideal to have your toes together to touch so you can really squeeze to the midline, feel that core. So we're going to pivot to the left forearm and lift the right hand straight up. So we're in a side plank. And you want to lift your right hip up as high as you can. You can certainly lift your right foot up as well if you want to, or maybe come into side tree for a little bit extra core strength. So total body strength here, one more breath, and then square off to your mat. And as you can see, no equipment's required, right? So hips and shoulders are square. We're going to come all the way down to our stomach, And do that strengthener for the back line of the body. So interlacing the fingers, open up the chest, squeeze the palms together, long line of energy from the fingertips to the toes, crown of the head. And then if you want to instead, you can do your bow pose by grabbing onto the tops of your feet. So either one, take a big breath in, and then release back out of it into child's pose. So hips back onto the heels, forehead down to the mat, and you're breathing into the back of your body, in and out through your nose. One more breath in child's pose. And then go ahead and lift yourself up and have a seat. So that's our short practice for today. We're going to finish out with a little breathing exercise, again, to just kind of circle back around and create that calm energy. So crossing the legs, again, feel free to take a pillow from your couch or your bed, put it underneath the tailbone, the sitting bones, so that it gives you a little bit more lift, so you can feel a little bit more open and relaxed. Feel free to lie down on your back if that's better for your body. Rest your hands down onto your knees for a moment. Close your eyes and bring awareness to your posture and to your alignment. Turn your palms to face up. Bring your thumb and index finger together to touch. Draw the elbows slightly back so that they drop right underneath the shoulder joint. Mindfully take a big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, consciously send a calming message from your mind into every cell of your body. And do that again. Deep cleansing breath in. And long, slow exhale. One more time. Breathing in deeply, breathe in peace, breathe in calm energy. Exhale, letting go of tension, anxiety, and fear. Draw your hands together in prayer at heart center. Bow your chin to your chest. Again, just acknowledging the time out that you've taken to practice your self-care. Filling your own cup so that you have more love and compassion to share with others. May all beings be happy, free, and well. Take a deep sun breath in. Gather good positive energy one more time. And exhale, draw it in and back to your heart center space. Namaste. So the definition of namaste is the light within me honors and acknowledges that same light that is within each of you. I wish you peace, happiness, and health. I should mention while we finish up here that I'm doing Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube lives several times this week. So you can find my website at flexiblewarrior.com. All the information's there. Completely free yoga. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday will be 7 a.m. Facebook Live on my Chill Power Challenge private group. So you can go to Facebook. My Facebook page is Flexible Warrior, but the private group page is called the Chill Power Challenge. So feel free to join us. Request to join that. And then my Instagram is Flexible Warrior. And we will do Instagram Live tomorrow at 7 a.m. live as well. Each day is a little bit of a different theme. You're welcome to join. I would love to see you there. And then I'll try to hop on YouTube a few times live as well. So it looks like this is working. I don't know, my first YouTube live. I thought, someone told me that you had to have 10,000 subscribers to do a YouTube live, but I'm not quite at 10,000 subscribers yet, although that's a new goal of mine as of today. I love connecting with you guys. Please let me know if you have any requests whatsoever. Also, with this challenge that I'm doing this week, there are recipes involved, and I'm not encouraging you to go out to the store at all, like work with what's in your house. But there are recipes, and if you want them, you can sign up for my e-newsletter. You can sign up for my e-newsletter at flexiblewarrior.com, and I'm happy to send you the recipes. They're also posted on the Chill Power Challenge Facebook page. for recipes and for self-care tips. So it's, yoga is one element, but it's also the thoughts that we're thinking, the foods that we're fueling our bodies with. Make sure you're drinking lots of quality water, getting good quality sleep, and practicing all of your self-care, okay? So thank you so much for being here. Again, feel free to let me know if you have any requests, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Namaste. See you tomorrow.